Greetings and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and here we go. I know we're like 2 weeks into the new year, but this is my first new comic book haul. So it'll be the first 2 weeks of 2026. I'm trying my hardest to get these on a regular basis again. So far over on my TikTok, I've been doing pretty good. 2 weeks in a row over there, but the short form videos over there are a little bit easier to do than what we do here on YouTube, these more long form videos. Also, been having some issues, damaged my wrist while going sledding. And I'm also in physical therapy for my left arm. It's got some stuff going on there, but be that as it may, here we go with 2 weeks worth of comic books that I picked up from my local comic shop the first 2 weeks of the year, starting with Godzilla #6. This is the Superman 75 homage cover, the Death of Superman cover. So we got the Death of Godzilla. So in this issue here, this version of Godzilla does indeed bite the dust, which only, if you know Godzilla, only opens up the door for a bigger, more vicious, more powerful version of Godzilla. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he looks like after this. I've seen some of the covers. I'm trying not to take a close look because I want the big reveal when I get issue 7 next month. So a couple of facsimile editions we've got from the Amalgam universe, which is a combination of Marvel and DC characters. We've got Spider-Boy Team Up. They always put a #1 on here, but these were all individual one-shots. I have them all. I've got all the originals. I was getting them when they first came out, but it's always cool to have a facsimile edition of them as well, just because, I like the facsimile editions. As a matter of fact, I like the facsimile editions so much that I've branched out, and I am getting more of the Archie ones. So this here is Jughead number 327. Not exactly sure what the significance behind this issue, but I picked it up. Why not? From ID, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Godzilla #2. I have not read this one yet. I finally got around to reading the first issue. A lot of fun, really interesting take on what the purpose of the foot was, to fight the kaiju. Is kind of cool. I love these covers though, so I'm really, really enjoying that. So those are all the books that I picked up the first week of 2026. So here are the books that I picked up this past week, the second week, starting with the final issue of the Dreadnought War, G.I. Joe #17. And man, oh man, I did read this one, and lots of shocking moments in this one, especially the end with the reveal of Zartan. It's great. It's awesome. I don't think I've been this excited about G.I. Joe ever, but I'm even wanting to get back into the old cartoon. I'm currently watching the original Transformers on a Monday through Friday basis, which is how I watched it when I was a kid. It was a Monday through Friday show. Thinking about getting the G.I. Joe series just to add to that. Also from ID and the Energon universe, Transformers #28, where we have RC becoming the new Autobot Magnus. So apparently the term Ultra Magnus is a title much like Prime, and that's the person who is always out there on the front lines of the battles against the Decepticons, and they're the ones that take the most damage. They're the ones that make sure that all the troops are battle ready. And Ultra Magnus, because of events that have happened in this series, no longer feels like he is capable of holding that title, and he passed the mantle on to RC, who, she, in the original animated series, she didn't get a whole lot of development, but she got enough to know that she was a pretty kick-ass character. So it's really cool to see her step up and become something even more. My only question now is, what is her alt mode going to look like when she transforms? Also in that issue, a really awesome thing and a really kind of stupid thing happened. The stupid thing was when the Autobots were getting ready to transform and roll out. The traditional way of saying it is Autobots transform and roll out. Prime says, "Well, I'm not going to do it." RC Magnus, that's going to take some getting used to, but I like it. RC Magnus, would you do the honors? And instead of saying Autobots transform, she says, engage transformation cog or something like that. And I have no idea what the hell a transformation cog is outside of, I know I know Trypticon had one. So for the bigger Transformers, the bigger Cybertronians, they had a cog that they needed in order to transform. I don't remember seeing that for the regular size Transformers. So I don't know if that's something from a movie or what. I don't watch any of the movies because like the Bayformers, I didn't like all the damage that series did to all the Transformers, and that Transformers Generation 0 or Generation 1 or whatever, the Transformers Generation animated movie looked dumb as hell to me. I know people liked it, but to me, it just looked stupid. And the more I found out about it, the less I was interested in it. You know, the whole dynamic between Prime and Megatron. I hate that. I want Megatron to be evil and vicious, and Transformers number 28. That right there is the Megatron that I want. That is the Megatron that needs to be stopped at all costs. So keeping in with ID as we move on, I picked up this variant. I picked up another cover for Godzilla 6 because I just like this cover. This is just a brilliant, beautiful cover. ID is doing some great covers for that series. And the last books that I picked up this week were the 4th issue of the Spirits of Violence. I grabbed this cover, which I believe is the main cover, with Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, and Black Thorn. I think that's Roxanne Blaze, Johnny Blaze's wife. And the Danny Ketch series, she was transformed into this character, and they kind of brought it back for that. But then I also picked up this variant cover because it's the 1990s Ghost Rider. At least that's what I thought until I read this book. I've said this before, and I'm going to continue to say this. Marvel, if you don't know how to write Ghost Rider, stop. Just stop. If you're getting people who don't know how to write Ghost Rider, just stop. Because you've got this Ghost Rider. This is the look for the 1990s. This is the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider look. Blaze had a different look entirely. He didn't use chains. He had a like towards the end of his run, he had a completely Hellfire bike. It didn't have any like actual physical parts. It was all made out of Hellfire, which is a really sweet visual. In this one, I thought I was following Danny Ketch because it looked like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. It turns out it was Johnny Blaze. And then at the end of the issue, this corruption, whatever, character rips him from his spirit of vengeance, and his spirit of vengeance is Zarathos. Zarathos is not a spirit of vengeance. Zarathos, he would devour spirits just because he was a demon. He was evil. That's what got him into the fight with Mephisto. That's how he lost. He wound up losing a fight against Mephisto. Mephisto took his essence and placed it in the human host throughout history until he placed it into Johnny Blaze back in the 70s series, and that created the first flaming skull motorcycle riding Ghost Rider. And it wasn't about vengeance. At first it was, but then as Zarathos got more and more control over their body, he was just wanting to torture people and hurt people because he enjoyed it. It had nothing to do with the vengeance of doing right from wrong. He is not a spirit of vengeance. So that's problem one. Changing Zarathos completely, keeping his look from the 90s, which is different from his look in the 70s, but keeping his look from the 90s. But there's also the question of where did he come from? Because as a reader of Ghost Rider, from 1990 up through whatever, the last I saw Zarathos, he was trapped in a statue at the end of the Siege of Darkness, and Lilith was pregnant with his offspring and promised to come get him and promised to continue the fight against good, against the spirits of vengeance. Zarathos is not a spirit of vengeance. He's the exact opposite of that. So if there's anybody out there who can point me in a direction as to where to learn what the hell is going on, because as much as I love Ghost Rider, and he is one of my favorite characters, I have absolutely no idea what the hell is going on with that character and with that concept, because Marvel, they keep hiring these writers who clearly have no idea about anything with Ghost Rider, and they keep trying to add more stuff to the mythology, and they keep screwing it up, making it more complicated than it needs to be. What they need to do is they need to wipe the slate clean, go back to Blaze and go back to Ketch, and that's it. Vengeance we can keep. Vengeance was not a spirit of vengeance technically. He was created by Mephisto. But all these other Ghost Riders and that Ghost Driver, Robbie Reyes, we need to get rid of them. They're muddying the water. They're crowding the pool, and there's not enough room to play in because nothing makes any sense anymore. But that's it. I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Like I said, I'm a big Ghost Rider fan, but I just hate that it's such an unrecognizable character and concept nowadays that I can't enjoy it as much as I used to. But that said, I hope everybody had a great holiday season, a great new year. And I'm looking forward to some great new comic books coming out in 2026. We've got a new Lobo series coming out. So for the first time in I don't know how long, I'm going to have an ongoing DC comic book. Probably since the last Lobo series ended, to be honest with you. We've got, probably some more events. I don't know how much I'm going to be involved with it. Also, I'm sure you've probably noticed by now, I did not do a best of 2025. Honestly, I get tired of those lists. It's a lot of work to put them together. And really, there's so many people doing best of 2025 that I think, excuse me, I think that by the time all is said and done, that concept is beaten to death and it's just not interesting anymore. So I just like to sit and watch whatever other people have. I have been thinking about doing a video showing off all of the Godzilla comics that I picked up in 2025. So if anybody's interested in that, let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I hope everybody had a great holiday season, great new year, and you're enjoying your comic books, because that's what we're here for, to enjoy comics, to share the love of comics, and to bring in new readers, encourage them, point them in the direction of books that they're going to love and enjoy, and expand our family. So I'll be seeing you hopefully next week, if not the week after. A lot of it also depends on how many books I get in a week. If I only get 2 or 3 books, not worth making a video for us. So check me out on TikTok, because I'll be doing the videos over there especially if there's a small week. So other than that, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.